Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomo Studio. So in this video ay magkakaroon po tayo ng 5 math random problems in which ito po ay part ng numerical ability sa anumang government examinations, especially sa career service exam, pen and paper test. So without any further ado, simulan na po natin.
Okay, so now let's start with question number 1. 12 more than 30% of a number is 1/2 the number. Find the number. Is it 4, 18, 60, or 72? Try to pause the video and answer this question. So ngayon, ang gagawin lang po natin is to translate this word problem into an algebraic expression. Ang sabi dito, 12. That means 12 more than. So kapag sinabing more than, that means addition or plus. Next, 30%. Paano naman po ita-translate yung 30%? So yung 30% na yan, parang ganito lang po yan. Si 30, i-divide siya kay 100. So ang result niyan is 0.3. Ibig sabihin, nag-move lang yung decimal point from right to left ng dalawang movement. Since mayroong dalawang zeros si 100. Isa, dalawa. So 1, 2. Kaya naging 0.3. So example, sinabing 40%. So ang 40% na yan, ibig sabihin 40 divided by 100. So ibig sabihin nito, dalawang zero si 100, so magmo-move lang tayo ng 2 decimal places from right to left. So 1, 2. So ibig sabihin pala niyan, yung 40% is just 0.40 or in short, 0.4. And by the way, kung hindi nyo pa po napanood yung ating video regarding sa pag-convert ng fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction, you can check the description box below for the link of the video. So sige, balik na po tayo sa ating problem. So kapag sinabi pala nating 30%, that means 0.3 or 0.30. So okay lang po kahit 0.3 lang. Understood na po yan na 30%. So sige, erase po muna natin ito para magkaroon tayo ng space. Ngayon, kapag nakakita naman po kayo ng salitang of, that means multiplication. So maimo-multiply pala tayo ditong isang number kasi 30% of a number. So maimo-multiply tayo dyan na isang number. Pero hindi pa natin alam kung anong number yan. So let's assume na yung number na yan is x. Okay? So kapag nakakita naman po kayo ng is na salita, ibig sabihin po niyan equal. Again, kapag is, that means equal. Ngayon, yung 1/2 na yan, ano naman po ang gagawin? So yung 1/2 na yan, actually, pwede nating i-convert into its decimal form. So ang decimal form ni 1/2 is just 0.5. Ibig sabihin, kalahati ni 1, which is 0.5. So ibig sabihin po pala nito, yung 1/2 na yan is 0.5. Then, 1/2 the number. So, 0.5x. So now, erase po muna natin ito para we can make space. So now, we can solve directly this algebraic expression. So, isosolve po natin yung value ni x kasi nga ang ipinapahanap na sa atin is yung number. Find the number. Diba yung number is si x? So, ang gagawin lang po natin ngayon is to transpose this 0.3 dito sa kabila para makombine natin yung mga like terms. So, ibig sabihin nito, since na positive, no? Positive si 0.3, pag inilipat na po natin siya dito sa kabila, magiging negative na po siya. So, ang mangyayari po dito is ganito. Okay? So, ang matitira na lang po dito sa kabila is 12, then 0.5x. So, ililipat na natin dito sa kabila. So, magiging negative 0.3x na siya. So now, we have 12 equal to 0.5x minus 0.3x, and that is 0.2x. So to solve for the value of x, magdi-divide lang po tayo ng 0.2, 0.2. So 0.2 divided by 0.2, x na lang po kasi 1 na po yan. 0.2 divided by itself. So 1 na lang yan. Ngayon, 12 divided by 0.2. So, ang technique po dyan, ganito lang po ang gawin niyo. 12 divided by 2 and that is equal to 6. Now, yung 0 na yan yung ididikit natin dyan. Therefore, the correct answer is 60, which is letter C. Ngayon, I will make some clarification lang po regarding dito kung bakit naging 60. Baka may magtataka po sa inyo kung bakit ang ginawa ko is nag-divide 2 na lang ako kay 12 at dinagdag ko na lang yung 0 na ito. So, di ba sa manual na division, ang ginagawa po natin is ganito, 12 divided by 0.2. So, ang ginagawa po natin dito is nagmo-move lang tayo sa decimal point para ma-whole number na siya. So, kapag nag-move tayo, magdadagdag tayo dito ng isang 0 kasi one movement yung ginawa natin dito sa 0.2. So that means 12 divided by 2 and that is equal to 6. 6 times 2 and that is equal to 12. 12 minus 12 and that is 0. So bring down 0. 0 divided by 2 and that is equal to 0. 0 times 2 and that is equal to 0. So that means 60 yung sagot. So, kumbaga po, yung ginawa ko lang dito kanina is yung pinakamabilis na paraan ko or shortcut method in dividing a decimal from a whole number. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So now let's proceed with question number 2. How long will it take A and B together to finish a job which can be done alone by A in 6 days and B alone in 3 days? Is it 2 and 1/2 days? 3 days, 2 days, or 3 and 1/2 days. Now, ang sabi po dito, kaya daw matapos ni A yung isang trabaho kung siya lang 6 days. At kaya din ni B na tapusin ang isang trabaho sa loob lamang ng 3 days. So ito po yung kanilang mga individual work. Ngayon, ang tinatanong po sa atin, how long will it take A and B together? Ibig sabihin, ilang araw lang ba nila matatapos if ever na magsama silang dalawa, si A and B, na tapusin yung isang trabaho? Ngayon, meron lang po akong ibibigay na teknik kapag kayo po ay nagsasagot ng mga work problems. Kapag marami na po ang nagtatrabaho or nagtulong-tulong sa isang trabaho, ibig sabihin malilesen po yung number of days. Imagine niyo si B alone nga kaya niyang tapusin in 3 days. How much more kung magsama ng magtrabaho si A and B? Ibig sabihin, yung sagot pala, less than 3 days. Di ba nakita niyo yung logic? Kung si B lang ang nagtrabaho 3 days, kaya niyang tapusin. How much more, dalawa na silang magtrabaho. So that means, X na si D, X na po si B. So either kay A and C na lang. Now, to solve this problem, di ba ipinapahanap po sa atin is kung ilang number of days matatapos ni A and B if they work together. So since they are going to work together, so i-add lang po natin yung A and B which is equal to X. So yung X na yan na po yung result kung ilang number of days na matatapos if magsama si A and B. Pero tandaan nyo po na kapag work-related problem, ang gagawin lang po natin is kunin ang reciprocal nila. No? So ang reciprocal po niyan or pagbabalik-tarin natin ang pwesto yung numerator and denominator. 'Di ba yung A is just A over 1 at yung B is just B over 1 at yung X is just X over 1. So pagbabalik-tarin natin ang mga pwesto yan. So ibig sabihin ang susundin pala natin is 1 over A plus 1 over B equal to 1 over X. So pinagbaliktad natin ang pwesto. Okay? So, I hope that's clear. Okay, sige, erase po muna natin itong ibang details yung hindi kinakailangan. Okay, so now, ang gagawin po natin is isa-substitute na po natin yung mga given dito sa ating formula. Okay? So, 1 over A, that means 1 over 6. Kasi yung A, 6 days. Plus 1 over 3, kasi si B, 3 days, di ba? Equal to 1 over X. So, yan na po yung isosolve natin ngayon. Okay, so erase na naman po natin yung ibang hindi na po ginagamit natin para makagawa tayo ng space. So, ang gagawin po natin ngayon, since this is a dissimilar fraction, ibig sabihin kapag sinabing dissimilar fraction, they have different denominators. So, ang gagawin po natin is to find the LCD to solve for the value of X. So, quick recall muna tayo, Ang tawag po sa ilalim ng isang fraction, yan po ay mga denominators. Yung nasa taas naman po, mga numerators. And as what we can see dito sa ating equation, magkaiba po sila ng mga denominators. Ibig sabihin po niyan, kunin lang po natin yung LCD. So para hindi po tayo malito, ganito lang po ang ating gagawin. So ang LCD po ni 6 and 3 is just 6. So 6 divided by 6 and that is equal to 1 times 1 and that is equal to 1. 6 divided by 3 and that is equal to 2 times 1 and that is equal to 2. So copy lang po si operator. 1 plus 2 and that is equal to 3 over 6. Copy na si denominator. So ibig sabihin 3 over 6 pala ang sagot kapag i-add natin si 1 over 6 and 1 over 3. Okay, so sige, erase po muna natin ito para makagawa na naman tayo ng space. So ibig sabihin pala nito si 1 over 6 plus 1 over 3 is just 3 over 6 and that is equal to 1 over x. So kinapi lang po natin yan. Okay? So let's erase this one. Transfer natin ito dito sa taas. Okay, so now, let's solve this equation. So paano ba i-solve? Just cross, multiply. So paano ba? Ganito po ang gagawin. 3 times x and 6 times 1. 3 times x and that is equal to 3x, which is equal to 6 times 1 and that is equal to 6. To solve for the value of x, just divide 3 both sides. So 3 divided by 3 and that is equal to 1 na po yan. So x na lang. So 6 divided by 3 and that is equal to 2. So our x is equal to 2. That means the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so now let's proceed with our next problem. The sum of 67.48 and 32.52 is the same as the quotient of blank. So, ang ibig sabihin po pala nito kapag kunin daw natin ang sum ni 67.48 and 32.52 is the same lang or kapariha lang kapag kunin natin ang quotient ng nasa blank na ito. So, sige, kunin po muna natin ang sum ng dalawang numbers na yan. So, if we have 67.48 plus 32.52. So, this is 10, carry 1, 9, 10, carry 1. So, copy yung decimal point. So, 7, 8, 9, 10 na naman ulit. Carry 1, 10. So, therefore, the sum of 67.48 and 32.52 is 100. So, ibig sabihin, hahanap po tayo sa mga choices na kapag i-divide natin ang dalawang numbers will result to 100. At ang magsasatisfy lang po dyan is letter C because 1,000 divided by 10 and that is equal to 100. Ayan. So, di ba, yung sum ni 67.48 and 32.52 is the same lang pala kapag i-divide natin yung mga numbers na nasa blank na ito, which is ang tinutukoy is si 1,000 and 10. Again, quotient. Ibig sabihin, yung result once i-divide mo yung dalawang numbers. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So now let's proceed with our next problem. What will be the quotient of 4 and 2/3 and 7/3? Choose the letter that corresponds to your answer. So, ang ipinapahanap po sa atin is quotient. Ibig sabihin, i-divide po pala natin yung dalawang numbers na yan. So, sulat po muna natin dito sa baba. 4 and 2/3 divided by 7/3. At ang next na gagawin lang po natin dito is i-convert muna natin ito into its improper fraction na form. So, paano ba ang pag-convert? Ganito lang po. 4 times 3 and that is equal to 12 plus 2 and that is equal to 14. Then, just copy the denominator which is 3 divided by 7/3. So, ang ibig sabihin po nito, itong si 4 and 2/3, katumbas lang siya ni 14 over 3. So, kumbaga ito lang yung improper fraction na form ni 4 and 2/3. So, ngayon, pwede na po nating i-operate since pareho na po silang improper fraction. So ang gagawin lang po dito kapag kayo po ay nagdi-divide ng dalawang fractions, di ba pareho silang fractions tapos magdi-divide kayo. So ang gagawin nyo lang po is ganito, copy nyo lang yung first na fraction which is 14 over 3 at yung division ay magiging multiplication na. Then kapag binago nyo na yung operator from division to multiplication, i-reciprocal nyo lang po yung pangalawang fraction. Instead of 7 over 3, magiging 3 over 7 na. Actually po meron na po tayong video niyan on how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. Ang gagawin naman po natin ngayon is ganito. To solve this instantly, instead na mag-multiply pa tayo ng 14 kay 3, para hindi na masyadong humaba yung ating solution, ganito na lang po. Divide na lang natin si 3 kay 3. That is already 1 na lang, di ba? So 3 divided by 3, that is 1. So ang i-multiply na lang natin kay 14, 1 na lang. And that is equal to 14. 1 times 7, and that is equal to 7. 14 divided by 7, and that is equal to 2. Therefore, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, so next, let's proceed with our last problem. What is the estimated product when 157 and 817 are rounded to the nearest hundred and multiplied? Feel free to pause the video and try to answer this question. Again, ang tinatanong po is yung estimated product ni 157 and 817. Pero bago po pala muna natin sila i-multiply, i-round off muna natin to the nearest 100. Tsaka pa lang po natin i-multiply. So, kinakailangan po talaga na be mindful. Kasi baka malito po kayo, baka ang gagawin ng iba, i-multiply muna bago i-round off. Pero ang sabi po dito, round off muna to the nearest 100, tsaka pa lang i-multiply. So, sige, round off po muna natin. Unahin natin si 157. So, di ba, this is ones, tens, hundreds. Ang gagawin daw po is round off to the nearest 100. So this is the hundreds place value. Tingin tayo sa kanyang katabi which is 5. So kapag yung katabi niya is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, ibig sabihin round up. So magdadagdag tayo ng 1 dito sa hundreds. So 1 plus 1 magiging 2 na yan at yung dalawang number na yan, si 5 and 7 ay magiging 0 na. Therefore, 157 ay magiging 200 na. Okay, so next dito naman tayo kay 817. So paano ba i-round off? Okay, so 8, we have 817. Again, this is ones, tens, hundreds. So ang gagawin po, round off to the nearest hundreds. So this is the hundreds place value. Tingin tayo sa kanyang katabi. If ever yung katabi niya is 1, 2, 3, and 4, that means maintain itong number na ito. So, it will become 8 at yung dalawang numbers na yan, si 1 and 7, ay magiging zeros na. So, therefore, 817 ay magiging 800. So, ngayon, tsaka pa lang po tayo magmo-multiply. So, ang imo-multiply pala natin is si 200 and 800. So, therefore, we have 200 times 800. So, to solve this quickly, i-multiply lang po natin si 2 and 8, and that is equal to 16. Pagkatapos, idagdag na lang po natin yung 4 na zeros na yan. So, therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So, the answer is 160,000. Therefore, the correct answer is letter A.
And that's all for this video and I hope you've learned something new today. At kung bago ka pa lang po sa ating channel, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.